Hey guys, welcome to Euroleague Fantasy Talks. In this episode, we will talk about the official Euroleague Fantasy Challenge and our team for round 12. Also, to mention round 11, my team did quite alright. I got 163 fantasy points and gained 3 credits throughout the players. And the coach on the other hand, didn't do so well as Maccabi lost against Milan. So that was a bit unfortunate, but we will keep him because he will play against Alba now. So he should recover and hopefully get even more credits than we lost. Apart from the fact that fillers did get minutes to play, but they didn't bring any fantasy points, and everyone did quite well, so I'm happy with all the performances. Let's go and see if we make any changes. And to be honest with you guys, I don't really want to make any changes because I'm really happy with my team, but that of course wouldn't be that fun for the content wise. So of course I have to make something, and actually Fournier had some illness, so I'm not sure he had that also the previous weekend. He had some issues. He seems to be good to play, but just avoid a very small risk and also to pick another great player. So I will trade out Fournier. And I will also trade out the fillers, or just change the fillers. It's Caruso and Kalitzakis. And for the guard, of course, I will pick the guy that everyone is talking about, and not only talking about, but also watching his crazy episodes and the whole games. So, of course, it's Lonnie Walker for 13.2 credits. He goes to my team. As he just needed a couple of games to adapt, he got 21 and 25 fantasy points and just has overall crazy numbers. As I said, Lonnie Walker is a must-have because he's an NBA caliber player, and I'm pretty sure that he will not stay long in Euroleague because there is too many indications that he will go back to NBA, and especially the NBA buyout clause that until February 18th, NBA team can pay buyout and sign the contract with him. So I don't think he will stay in Euroleague long, but what we can do now is to enjoy his performances, his skill, and get some fantasy points in return. So that's why I pick him, and I will captain him for the day one. So that will be my one and main change of the week. Otherwise, I will go with the remaining team because I like that the players I have are keeping their roles. And also, I like the matchups. For example, Fenerbahce will play against Milan. So Shanley, Goodrich, and Hayes Davis. We still have the roles because we still have injury problems. Laverne is still healthy at the moment, it seems, so he should get good numbers against FS. Petrushev is a long-term keep, as we already know, and Bayern is not so great on defense. It should be great numbers incoming versus the top scorer of Euroleague, so of course we have to keep him. And Crvena Zvezda have too many players that are attackable on defense, and especially with Bolon Boy still not recovered, unless of course we don't know something. And Jokubaitis with a price of 9.7 in last 5 games is averaging almost 15, so just a deem to grow his price. So of course we should keep him while he does that. Let me pick 2 quick fillers. I will go with Jay Cohen and Sander Raiste from Baskonia. We can put Raiste and Cohen, the starting 5, just in case we would be a miracle and we would have some crazy games. Cohen I will keep as a 6th player. So this will be my team for round 12. And of course I want to recommend you more players, as I only really did one trade. So I decided to create a new additional team where I can pick and recommend players for you guys for the next round. And let's go with this name, EL Fantasy Talks. It's progressing and probably giving us an average amount of credits. As a new player starting in round 12. So let's go and pick a center. And I will go with Milutinov, of course. I would like to have Milutinov on my main team if I would have enough credits. But here we can have him. And yeah, you can see his performances. But also Moses Wright is now out injured. Milutinov will get his usual minutes, if not more, because Moses Wright is not there. And she will share the center role with Mustafa Fall. But that indicates that Milutinov might get more minutes, which is even greater for us. And Partizan this season are not so good in defense. Of course, Partizan might win against Olympiacos, but Milutinov should get great numbers. So that's why I'm picking him for only 14.7 in comparison that I'm expecting from him 20 or actually 25 or more fantasy points. And we can already pick a second center just to close the center position. And I will pick Kevarius Hayes. Hayes is not super stable player, but he is getting used to the system in Paris, and they will play against Virtus, where their main center is Ante Žižić, not a super strong guy on defense. Also, we will play at home, so hopefully Kavarius can get some balls from Shorts and other guys, and collect some rebounds, and yeah, just for a price of 9.2, I would be happy even if he would score 15 fantasy points. But we already saw that he can get more than that. And for my forward, I will pick Nikos Rakovopoulos from Baskonia. He costs only 6.9 and he plays on turn 1. And I'm picking him because of Timoteo Lukaku-Kabarot injury. So that will benefit for Rakovopoulos. He already gets a good amount of minutes, but then that should increase his minutes even more. And with those minutes, even if Žalgiris has a strong defense, but still, Rakovopoulos will have those minutes, and in those minutes, I'm pretty sure he will get some points. I don't think it will be a problem for him to generate more than what he is priced for, like 7. So I hope he can get 10 or more fantasy points, and so that he can grow his price. So if you guys have a similar amount left, I definitely recommend to consider Rakovopoulos. And for my second forward, I will pick a guy that has dropped some value. It's Juancho Hernan-Gomez. In the last 2 games, he didn't do so well, especially against Žalgiris. He got only 5 fantasy points, but he still has a lot of minutes. We saw what he can do. He's now actually priced 12.7, and also he will play against Monaco, who are not defending so good against center and forward position players. As you can see historically, they usually score good, like Petrushev and other guys. So yeah, for 12.7, I think it's a great time to pick Juancho. It's a good alternative for some other guys. And as my another forward, I will pick Yanni Wetzel from Alba Berlin. Wetzel plays on turn 1, so it's Thursday. And even if he didn't do so well against Real Madrid, who are of course good in defense, but on the other hand, Maccabi Tel Aviv are not so good on defense, and there is a chance that Rivero might return. So I'm not picking Sorkin, but Wetzel, even if Cormac arrived, I think he still will not get too many minutes because he still needs to learn the system of the new team. So first game shouldn't give a lot of minutes to McCormack, which leaves Treven Williams and Yanni Wetzel taking the main roles in the front court. And against Maccabi, it will not be a problem for Alba Berlin to play at home. So it shouldn't be hard for Wetzel to have good numbers. For only 7.4, he should definitely grow in price. Since we have 52.4 credits left, we should get some stars. And of course, I have to go with Facundo Campazzo. He's just fantasy points machine. Against Alba, he played less than 20 minutes, but still managed to get 27 fantasy points. And now against Barcelona, he will definitely play more like 35, like he played against Efes. As you know, the importance of this game for both teams. So he will definitely play a lot. And we know his skill level, so we expect a lot of assist points. Hopefully he will make his shots, of course. It's an away game, yes, but he's a very experienced player, so we should get him before he costs too much. And that's the thing, sometimes you want to risk players playing against weak teams, but sometimes they play less and doesn't necessarily score much. That was my concern before round 11. And sometimes you're afraid to pick players against strong teams, but Barca is not like in the top shape of defense. And for sure, Facu will play a lot, and by playing a lot, he will definitely get a lot of stats, both points, assists, and also get some rebounds. And as my other guard, I will pick Theo Maledon. No need to talk much about Theo Maledon. We already saw what he can do. He's the main guy of Asphalt team. So unless Paris Lee would come back and would take some minutes from Maledon, but maybe that will be more in the double weeks. At the moment, no one is taking him the minutes. He's getting the full control of the team. But now he should have the rest because there was no French League game due to FIBA break. And yeah, he just has 2 crazy performances, and FS is not the top team on defense. It's just an average team. So I don't see why he shouldn't have a great performance against FS, and especially when playing at home in Villeurbanne. And for my third card, I will pick Isaiah Kanan because he costs only 7.1, and we still need to pick 2 fillers. And Kanan will play against Bayern, which as we already talked about, they're not so great in defense, and he just adjusted his price for us. So from 7.3 to 7.1, so good time to pick him. So I'll just pick 2 fillers from Alba. And now we have 5.6 credits left for the head coach. I'll pick Andrea Trinchieri for 5.3 credits. I pick Andrea Trinchieri because Baskonia is not doing so well, and we also lost Timoteo Lukaku-Kabarot due to injury. Žalgiris on the opposite. We're in a good shape now, winning against Panathinaikos, while Baskonia is on a losing streak, and away games are never easy for Baskonia. While on the contrary, Žalgiris in the home arena, they should have even more energy and support, and therefore I see Trinchieri winning over Pablo Lassa. I changed the formation to 2 centers, 2 forwards, and 1 guard because I have 2 centers playing in turn 1. I will probably not continue covering this team unless I really don't have trades to make on the other team, but I think this was a nice way to show you guys some recommendations. So that's all, guys. For more content on Euroleague Fantasy, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.